All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am the bringer of rain 13 and I am live. And this is a response video to Daniel Negron the Jabrone. Yeah. Danny boy, opening your mouth once again, I see. Why be so persistent? Why try to be that white knight in shining armor?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
There is the echo that has become a main staple of my show. Alrighty. So yeah, why you're anon? Like I said the last time, this is the second time I've had to address your dumbass. This will be the last time I address your dumbass. And this time around, I'm not going to give you the opportunity that I gave you last time by actually having you join my show and get any type of publicity by being on my show. So that's not going to happen. You will not be able to voice your opinion because, quite frankly, you took it upon yourself to not only badmouth me, which is fine. I can take that. I'm a big boy. But then you went ahead and you decided that you were going to throw some jabs at Shadow Man, and you're going to throw some jabs at Scott Casey Gale. Why you would want to do that is beyond me, and quite frankly, that's what's pissed me off. You can call me a faggot and a pussy all day long, but the fact of the matter is simply this. In reality, you, my friend, are the pussy. You, my friend, are the faggot. I truly believe that you're homosexual. I really do. I can hear it in your voice. You have that little gay type lisp. That's why you whisper all the time. You're trying to cover the shit up. If you were to speak with some passion, I guarantee that shit would come out. So the majority of your insults are basically the same thing. You guys, and it's kind of, like I said before, it's unintelligent. It has no base. It's just insults for the sake of insulting someone, for the sake of getting noticed, because I think Polston hit it right on the head when he said, you're just upset because you weren't a part of the big deal. You weren't a part of the big situation. And you're trying to become a part of that big situation. You're trying to become, part of the main focal point of what's going on here on YouTube in the YWC. And quite frankly, you just don't have the charisma or the fucking mental capacity to do it. So, that being said, I will say this. You are a scumbag for calling somebody else a faggot when you yourself are acting like the one true faggot here on this website right now. You're going on hangouts with a bunch of women. This is the first time I've ever seen you on a hangout one-on-one with another male. All right? And who that person is, I have no idea who that motherfucker is. Sega Freak, is that his fucking name? Another non-fucking factor. I have no clue who you are either. But you're going to take it upon yourself to come on here and fucking insult me? Of all people? You pick me? Really? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong about this, because I throw some harsh words out there pretty often. I don't recall ever talking about you again after that original video response I made to you, Danny boy. I don't remember ever insulting you again in any broadcast after that. I don't think I have. So why you take it upon yourself to call me a pussy and a faggot again? Now things have changed. It could be for one reason and one reason only. To gain attention. And that's it. And this is the most attention you're going to get from me. This is the last time. This is the second and last time that I talk about you on my show. You could take your false claims. You could take all your insults, because that's all it is when you come on here. You don't. Now let me try to imitate him, because this is what he sounds like. He's whispering all the fucking time. I don't know if you're trying to sound cool, or you're trying to, trying to sound hypnotic or some shit, seductive, to your male audience. Let me see if I can do this. You guys are just virgins. You're just virgins that live in your mother's basements. You don't have lives. You're a bunch of pussies and faggots. You're just a bunch of pussies and faggots. And you just have no lives. And you come on here and you insult someone who has nothing to do with you. You're just a bunch of pussies and faggots.
You guys just need to shut the fuck up and get a life. I mean, seriously, you're just a bunch of pussies and faggots. Did I mention that you're pussies and faggots? Because those are the only two insults I have in my arsenal, is that you're pussies and faggots. I'm talking like this because I'm trying to hide my homosexual lisp. And that's it. That's what he has to offer, and that is it. That is it. And be the white knight in shining armor for Ambrosia Cat, apparently, whose channel is closed down. That's the only thing I heard about Ambrosia Cat in the past 3-4 days, is that she shut her channel down. Whatever. She's not the only one that's done it. I don't understand why this little boy here is trying to, like, you obviously don't get pussy. You really don't. You obviously don't, if you have to, like, play the hero role all the time for a situation that doesn't even need you to be that type of character. That doesn't even need you to be that type of, you know, persona. She's a grown-ass woman and really doesn't need any protection. And I'm pretty sure if this was a real-life situation, you wouldn't be able to protect her from anything. It's really easy for a person like you to come on here and insult someone from behind your keyboard. But if this was real life, you wouldn't be saying the things that you say. You sure as fuck wouldn't be throwing around the words pussy and faggot as freely as you do. So that being said, I'm going to, like, kind of quiet myself down. That's pretty much all I can say about you. You're a loser. And why make, no, actually, I do have a little bit more. Why throw Scott Casey Gale's name into the mix? What has he done? He hasn't done anything to anyone. He's probably the nicest human being you'll ever meet on this website. But you're going to throw his name under the bus? And what about Shadow Man? What did Shadow Man say that was so offensive to you? Or to anyone involved with your clique? Because I can't recall him saying a goddamn thing about either one of you. Ambrosia Cat or yourself. I really can't. So while you're dragging all these names in the mud, man, like, you must, there's got to be only one reason for this, is that the non-motherfucking factor is trying to become somewhat of a factor, but it's not going to work. You're trying to gain too much too soon, man. You really are. And all you're doing, and Polston nailed it again when he said this, man, you're only making yourself, and both of you assholes made yourselves look like a couple of fools. Again, this is the second time for you, Danny boy. This is the second fucking time, man. This is a live response video. If anybody else has something to say, please hit up the comment section. Please hit up the group chat section. If you want the link, I'll give you the link. I'll provide it for you. You could hop in here and say your piece. I am waiting on the Shadow Man because he does have something to say about this situation because, well, quite frankly, he was attacked a pretty great deal in this video.
Hello.
And I have, all right, great. We have Scott Casey Gale here.
Yeah. So what's this hanging about?
This is about a response to Negron the Jabrone. He had some harsh words for myself and for Shadow Man, and he also mentioned your name on there too in a negative light because I guess it's because you're a part of my show from time to time.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this person? Do you know this person?
I've heard the name, but I never watched his videos.
Okay, so then this, again, a non-fucking factor. So Scott Casey Gale has just proved it right there. And then literally nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Danny boy. So how do you respond to that? Somebody saying like you're a bad person for like being on my show.
I think that Negron guy is a piece of shit, and I think he only just wants attention, and he shouldn't talk bad about people behind their back.
Exactly. Exactly. Have you ever, correct me if I'm wrong, have you ever said anything negative about him before in the past?
No.
No? Have you ever said anything about Ambrosia Cat in the past?
No.
Exactly. So why, again, why bring this man's name into a conversation he has nothing to do with? He's done nothing to you, Danny boy, Danielle. Nothing. Nothing, my friend. So again, what is your motive here, man? What is your fucking motive? I really don't understand it. It's quite pathetic, actually. I'm not going to waste too much time on this either. I'm going to provide the link to a few people, see if they want to hop in here, say their piece.
Should I send it to Leon, the link?
I just sent it to Leon right now.
And you sent it to who?
Jesse was in here, but he had. I told him like, don't. He had things to do, and I told him like, look, don't even waste your time with this Jabrone. Go do what you got to do, and if we're still online by the time you get home, hop on in the fucking hangout, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, Charlie made a hangout yesterday.
Yeah, man, I fucking missed that. I was in bed. I woke up this morning seeing that he made a hangout. I wish, and you were in there. I was gonna, if I was awake, I'd have fucking been all over that shit. I would have been like, give me the link to that son of a bitch. I've been trying to. We're supposed to do a live hangout for so goddamn long.
Yeah, he said he might do one tonight.
All right, cool. So I was watching all the bullshit being spewed forth by this closet faggot, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
I was eating some burnt Tripoli's pizza, and even when it's burnt, it tastes fan-fucking-tastic. I'll tell you that right now. What else can I touch on while I'm waiting for people to join here? That other video that I watched today, about this channel. I never heard of this channel either, but they're coming on here and bitching and complaining like they don't have the support that they should have.
Oh, Ewan. Yeah, I know him. I've seen that. I know who that guy is.
Yeah, I've never heard of this person. I just seen it because Jeffrey Rose put it on his Facebook feed, and I'm watching. I listened to 3 minutes of this guy talking. I'm like, okay, so what's so special about you that I need to pay more attention to you? Like, you're not doing anything that I've not seen before. I mean, if you're really, and apparently this person has 300, 400 subs. Man, I have 150 subs, and I'm grateful for that. So you just, in all honesty, what's the name of their channel?
Ewan loves WTNA.
All right, you guys need to just shut the fuck up and be grateful for what you fucking have. All right? Because if I had 300 subs and shit, that'd be cool too. But at the end of the day, I've said this a million times. It doesn't matter about the subscriber count. It matters about the view count at the end of the day. So I'm assuming they're probably getting like 50, 60 views a video while having these 300, 400 subs. Tough titties, bro. I mean,
yeah.
And to make a video about it is pretty pathetic, actually.
Is Leon in here?
Yes, Leon is here. What's up?
There's some guy named Negron was saying that I'm a bad person for going in Will's hangouts.
I'm going to go on a tirade real quick if you don't mind.
Oh, no, go for it.
Who the hell do you think you fucking are? I don't consider you big time, buddy. Until you are big time, I suggest you stop running your fucking mouth about people that you were never part of. Mm-hmm. You fucking jobber motherfucker. You fucking cocksucker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by all means, keep going. Because he is all of those things.
And the only reason you are white knighting this fucking bitch is because you probably fantasize that you were fucking her 24/7. You fucking tool.
Mm-hmm. Truly is. I mean, that's the only explanation I have, Leon, is that like you wouldn't be defending a woman on the internet that you've never met in real life, have no personal connection to whatsoever. You wouldn't be going above and beyond the Call of Duty to protect the channel's reputation that doesn't even exist anymore. The channel was closed down. It's like you're trying to hop on the fucking bandwagon of what's going on here and get noticed. That's all well and fine, I guess, but you're going about it the wrong fucking way. And quite frankly, like Polston said in his video he just made maybe, what, 20 minutes ago, you're only making yourself look like a fucking fool. But I could bring you in here right now and completely destroy you again, just like the last time. But like I said, you're not going to get any publicity other than me mentioning you with my own voice. You're not going to be on this channel again, and anybody who lets you on their channel, oh, whatever, that's on them. But you're not gonna get any subscribers or views on my account. I guarantee you that. I will not fucking allow it. I won't. You're not gonna get that privilege, man. I just got a message real quick. Let me check this out.
That was probably the comment I posted on the Chapman earlier.
Oh, pardon me. What was that?
I said that was probably the comment I posted earlier.
Oh no. It was a text message.
Oh, okay.
I will shoot the link over to this guy here. I'm sure he's gonna do his own show later on. Did I give it to Shadow Man already? I did. He's eating dinner or something in his area of the world. It is it's a lot later than what it is yet. I believe it's 5 hours later over there, so it's like around almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah, as far as that channel you were just talking about earlier, me, Scott, Minor, and another guest who I was doing a hangout with last night were talking about this.
Okay. What are your feelings on that?
Which one? This guy named Negron?
No, the other topic I was just talking about.
Oh, the one that Aaron made?
Yeah, the channel complaining about them not getting enough views and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to the guy in Skype, and he really shouldn't complain about not getting enough views, because all he's just doing is asking for attention. I mean, as a person, he's a cool person, but there's no reason for him to whine about it, because that's just how making the situation worse.
Right. Leon?
Like me and the Tyshawn Zone were saying last night, why are you complaining? You have to be, like Tyshawn was saying, you have to be more charismatic and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're just making videos and you're coming on here and basically it's like you're looking at a slideshow and you're talking and you have no charisma, no nothing in your voice. And if you really just talk, if you're talking about the same shit that everybody else is talking about, you better damn well be good in your delivery, because if you're not good in your delivery, nobody's gonna pay attention to you. I could come on here and talk about the hottest breaking news in the WWE. Let's say Sting got ran over by a semi truck, right? Let's say that happened, and I came on here, and Sean's View's talking about it, and WJ's talking about it, and Andre's talking about it, Holston's talking about it, Dark Horse. Everybody's talking about the same fucking topic. When I come on and talk about it, I need to be able to deliver it in a way that's going to draw attention towards me and not, sound generic and sound like, oh yeah, Sting came on here and was hit by a car. It happened at 8:55 a.m. this morning. He is in critical condition and he lost one of his balls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could say that, and then you could hear Sean's View on his channel be like, welcome everyone to Sean's View Entertainment, and deliver it better, and he's going to get more viewership. It's not because, whatever. You can't just come on here and expect people to like your fucking... And again, this is coming from a channel that has 300 to 400 subs or something like that. Shut the fuck up. Be happy you got what you got.
Yeah.
Shadow Man, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
I want to get your input as to some pretty harsh words were thrown your way.
Very, very harsh words. I'm just laughing at this clown, to be honest with you, because why would you attack me of all people? I haven't done a thing wrong at all. I haven't exactly trolled anybody here. I don't exactly harass people. I don't bully people, to be honest with you. I don't do any of these things. And this sad excuse of a man comes on here, he name drops me, calls me names, basically just trying to make fun of me, and basically he puts me into the category of people who have no life. That's your best kind of attack you can come up with. Everybody's used that excuse. Everybody has said, oh, you have no life. It's very easy to say. Very fucking easy. And yeah, I'm very happy for the fact you go to school and you have a job. Good for you. Good for fucking you. That's fantastic. But that doesn't mean the rest of us go to work or have something to do in their day. And you're putting me in a box of I have no life. Fuck you. I do have a life. I'm not on Hangouts 24/7. You will not see me on a Hangout 24/7. Because they're very tiring. Let me tell you, they are very tiring. And at one point, I had to take a week off. Because it was getting very, very tiring, let me assure you. And, I wouldn't do as many as I am now because, I try to limit myself because, I've got a lot of things happening outside of of YouTube right now, and I'd rather deal with that than this clown. This clown that just comes on here and name drops me, and the best thing he can do is insult me. That's genius. That's pure genius. That is just grade A arguments right there. Grade A. No, I've seen them before. I have seen these stupid arguments presented before. And then they start calling us all virgins. That's another beautiful little kind of thing that these idiots do. I mean, he's a typical whinger, and he has to use the lame virgin remark. That's genius right there. That's pure fucking genius. I've seen that thrown around so many feckin' times. It's very easy for me to call all of you virgins. It's so fucking easy. And this guy uses easy shit. And I tell you this, he's using this for attention. There is no other rational explanation. He is just being a complete idiot. He's actually making a fool out of himself rather than other people.
Absolutely.
He's making himself look like a complete jackass. Why you attacked me, I don't know, because I had nothing to do with this Ambrosia Cat nonsense. I did not want anything to do with this nonsense, to be honest with you. I didn't even bother throwing in my, barely throwing in my 2 cents about it, because I've better things to do than to listen to an idiot like you just come on here and you bash me for no reason. Do I want to deal with you? No. But since you name dropped me, since you decided to insult me, well, I have to address you now. I am zoomed in on you because you had to open your big fat mouth and just, you were all talking smack like some tough guy. You're just as much as a keyboard warrior as anybody else here on YouTube, except now you're using your big fat mouth and you think you're a big hard man. No, you're not. You're just a soft, weak, sort of insecure guy who just attacks people, because we have no life, because you work. You go to work in school. Great. That's fantastic. You have something in life. Well, not everybody here has a job. It's very difficult for me to get a job. I have been looking for work the past 4 months. 4 months, and I have not been able to find anything because it's very difficult over where I'm from. Very difficult. So, for you to come out and say that I have no life is an understatement. That's a huge understatement, because I do have a life. I'm not on a laptop 24/7. And that's the ignorance I hate about people. People are so ignorant that they can say, oh, well, you have no life. You don't do anything with your time. That is so ignorant of people to say. It's very easy to use that, that ploy against anybody here. I wouldn't use it because I know full well you have lives outside of here. You all do. Will, you go to work. Scott does, I'm sure, things in his day.
Yeah.
Cody probably isn't here on all the time. Leon, I'm sure, has stuff to do. So do I. Does that mean I have no life? I do have a life.
I want to add, so the key question is, have you or ever insulted Daniel in any way, shape, or form?
No, I have not insulted...
have you insulted Ambrosia Cat in any way, shape, or form?
No, I have not even...
The point is, he had no business even mentioning your name or insulting you in the fashion that he did. And for somebody who, he's 19 years old from what I understand, so if that means you're in college, you're probably a freshman in college, or you're an idiot and you stayed back a few times and you're probably still a sophomore in high school. Because from somebody who's in college or attending college, your vocabulary sucks, Danny boy. Your vocabulary sucks when the only valid arguments and complaints that you have is calling someone a faggot, a pussy, or a virgin. That's so pathetic. When that's the only fucking... You take the time out of your day to bash people, but without any real good reason for it and any valid points to make while you're doing so. You are a pathetic individual. I want to welcome... Did Legetto Gamerson just leave? Is he still here?
Yeah, he's counting.
I want to welcome him to the show. Legetto, welcome to the fucking show. Cody Braden, welcome to the fucking show. Are you guys familiar with it? Actually, Legetto Gamerson is the one who fucking. If it wasn't for Legetto Gamerson, I would never know who this motherfucker is in the first place. So he's up to his old tricks again. Have you been following this situation? What are your thoughts?
I seen a new video he made.
Mm-hmm. How you feel about it?
It's kind of crazy because I thought he said he was cool with you and he came to your hangout.
Mm-hmm. So I
Then
thought.
mentioned your name in it.
I mean, I thought we were cool, but
Yeah.
here he is again calling me a pussy and a faggot and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Says a lot about the guy. I mean, I have to agree. I think the general consensus is that he's just trying to get attention because everybody else is getting, and he ain't. Nobody even knows who the fuck he is. Still.
Yeah, pretty much that.
And that fact that Ambrosia Cat's channel is down now he's truly fucked because that's the only reason anybody else ever watched him.
Yeah, he's just using this for attention. It's attention purposes only. He's not addressing anything. He's just being a bullshitter, to be quite honest. And the fact that he name dropped me, fuck him, because I have done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. And for some reason, he thinks I insulted people. I have not insulted Ambrosia Cat. I haven't insulted anybody. Okay? I mean, anyone here can vouch for me. I have not insulted them. I haven't gone, oh, Will, you suck this and that and whatnot. I have not done anything like that.
Nope.
And, Christian, if you are watching this, where is your proof? Proof, evidence, some sort of schematic of this crazy little paranoid kind of version of your story that you created in your own little demented mind or whatever kind of mindset you have, and you throw this bullshit out, and you know you are bullying me. You were bullying me there. Okay, I did a podcast about bullying. You fit into that category, and I hate you for that. I hate bullies. I don't like people who bully others. It's disgusting. And the fact that he did that to me is disgusting. It's wrong.
Right.
Absolutely wrong.
It is indeed wrong. I am going to get Cody Brainerd's thoughts on this. I don't know how familiar you are with what's going on, or if you've been paying attention to what we've been talking about, but you have the stage, sir. Go for it.
Okay, this is the first time I've heard of this guy. Let's start off. I don't even remember the guy's name already. This is the first time I've heard about this guy.
Daniel Jabrone.
Daniel Jabrone. Nope, never heard of the name before. Just the only way I've heard it is with this hangout so far. Don't know why he's name dropping anyone for that matter. Got no reason to jump on Scott. Got no reason to jump on Shadow Man. Got no reason to jump on anyone for that matter.
I mean, the Polston show, was more, I guess he was more involved on the Polston end than my end. The only involvement I have is, like, I'm one of the names, and Shadow Man's one of the names, and Scott's one of the names that he dropped in that video. But the rest of the bullshit concerning Ambrosia Cat and Dark Horse and all that, that's on their side. That's something I have nothing to do with, unless I'm in a hangout and somebody asks me my opinion of the situation. And like I said, when I give my opinions, they're candid. I don't hold back. You're going to hear the fucking truth. You're going to hear my opinion. That's what's going to happen. But when I do that, if you are you offended by it or you agree with it and you feel like you want to comment or come at somebody, you come at me. Don't come at the people that are guests on my show and people I converse with. There's no reason for that. It gets you nowhere. These people, you're insulting the people that are going to be most likely your fucking subscribers. So when you come on here and you're insulting a whole group of people just because they're on my show, those are subscribers that you just lost, man. And when they spread the word, you're going to lose even more subscribers and more subscribers. And you will be more and more and more of a non-factor, if that's even possible for you, Danny boy.
The 10.
You're an idiot. You're a moron. And your friend there, Sega Geek, too? Just the name alone is fucking pathetic, man. You could go fuck off, too, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, you agreeing with that shit. I was listening to that Muppet talk on. Yeah, fuck you for agreeing with that. And how dare you question my life? How dare you question what I do? Fuck off. I don't need people like you in my life. That's why I ignore all this crap. But since, there are times where I will have to step in, and I am not going to back down from people like this, because I deal with people like this on a regular basis. This is nothing new to me. I have seen thousands of people like this. They all failed, and you're the next failure, okay? You failed. You didn't own anybody, but in your twisted mind you did for some reason.
Oh, I'm sure he went into the bathroom right after he finished that show and fucking rubbed one out. He was so excited.
I would imagine so, man.
Can that name call people virgin?
Yeah.
I ain't kidding, dude. And not only did he say it, he didn't just say it one time. He said it like 7, 8, 9 times. It was the only thing he could like he said, he had nothing. He was trying so hard. Just like, again, I'll do the imitation again.
I just want to say that they're all pussies. And they're all pussies, and they have no jobs, and they have no life. And they're pussies and faggots. And they live in their mother's basement.
It's like all this shit you hear all the fucking time. Even though, whether you're right or wrong, sometimes you may be right. In this situation, you're 100% clearly fucking wrong, man.
No.
You cannot be any more off the mark than you are.
Yeah. And,
Can I just, I say this every time Scott's in here, so I'm going to say again. Danny, listen to me. Scott Casey Gale has been in hangouts and podcasts with Vince fucking Russo, okay? A huge fucking factor in the wrestling business, which is what we like to talk about, is the wrestling business, more often than not. So that there alone, he has done more in his life than you probably ever will do while you're in school and with your fucking job at McDonald's. Alright? So fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. And I swear, and I mean this. This is not me being a bully. This is me retaliating to one. You, I swear, you are truly a homosexual, and the day that you come out of the closet, you'll feel much better about it. So stop calling people fucking virgins.
Pretty much. I mean, swear to God, I feel like, is there shrinkage much? You a bit embarrassed about your little general? Is the general not getting up in the morning, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're talking a big game about getting women, there is something wrong with you, dude. I think you're a bit bent, you know? Something wrong. You know, did the ruler not balance out?
Wait, Shadow Man, did you say that he was bragging about any chance about getting women?
Yeah, he was actually bragging that he goes out and tries to get laid. Who in the right mind does that?
Sorry, dude, your mother doesn't count. I have to take that shot, because if you want to brag about that all the time, odds are he done walk the walk, so to speak.
Right. How does the saying go? It goes, the dog with the biggest bark doesn't always have the sharpest bite, or something like that.
Yeah.
That fits him to a fucking T.
Oh God. Yeah.
And why? And here's another question, Danny boy. Why are you always whispering? I like, for real. Like, why are you whispering in your videos? Is it because if you talk too loud, your mom's gonna come in the room and smack you up and take your phone away from you?
I swear to God, he's probably jacking off to porn, because that's as close as he'll get to a pussy. Fucking idiot.
Seriously, man. Like, why are you whispering? Why are you always whispering?
I've no idea. I ask myself that question. Is he afraid to wake people? Is he I mean, I know I live at home, but like I have a separate room where I can talk at a moderate enough volume. But like, why are you always whispering all the time? Are you afraid to wake your mother up or something, or are you doing something you don't want us to know? Is that it? Huh? I mean,
Apparently,
what is it with you?
Apparently, I have 9 dislikes already, which is cool.
What?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like,
They're hard at work, man. They're hard at work. I love it.
Yeah.
Good job, trolls. Good job. Good job. Bang.
Yeah.
Here comes the fucking Butthurt Squadron.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so what are these days?
They've got their ass cream on standby, and they've got their
Let me check that out real quick.
their Vaseline on their dildos. They're like, leave us alone. We're telling the truth, guys. How dare you? I do dislike you.
The same thing happened last time I trashed this Jabrone, so it's to be expected.
Yeah.
The last time I trashed somebody like this, I had 5 dislikes before the fucking video even started.
Oh God.
Butthurt buddies must be watching.
That's true. 9 dislikes. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and
Hopefully you learned something. Hope you learned how to truly bash someone when you're really gonna do it the right way. Hopefully you got more words in your vocabulary than bitch, pussy, cunt, and virgin, and this, that, and the other motherfucking thing.
hey, WJ, how you doing, buddy?
Every day.
You.
Yeah.
yeah, paperwork.
Yeah, you were name dropped yourself, weren't you?
In that Christian
Yeah.
thing there, yeah, yes.
Oh God. Yeah. So
Did,
what do you? Oh yeah.
Did Will already respond to his stuff, or?
Oh yes.
Well,
Right.
me, what did he say there? That I was guilty by association, I believe, which doesn't really make sense to me. They're guilty by association, but I was accused of bullying Kat, and I did not bully her. What happened is she had said shit about me, that I was mistreating Melanie and stuff like this.
Sorry.
And
This is ridiculous.
I had responded to that stuff, and after that I tried to make peace with her, and she pretty much she didn't really respond to me trying to make peace. So I think in the future video afterwards I had said, you're just a jobber. Basically, I don't give a fuck about you anyways, and that was pretty much it on my end. When she turned on Danielson, I had mentioned that Danielson had helped them out, and it was shitty of her to turn on him pretty much, but I didn't really bully her. I made it clear every time I mentioned her that I wanted to make peace. So, I've been in thousands of feuds. I never said 20 times during the videos that I wanted to make peace, usually when I feud, and that's what I was doing with her, so I was clearly holding back, and
Are you talking about events prior to her closing down her channel?
Yeah, and then afterwards, Danielson had mentioned that she closed her channel on my first hangout. We talked about wrestling for 4 hours, then we talked about drama for about 30 minutes, and Dark Horse had mentioned that she closed her account and stuff. A couple other people spoke about it, and when it came for me to talk, all I did was say that I was cool with Sasha, so I didn't actually bash Ambrosia Cat in my first hangout that they're referring to, so not one word against Ambrosia was said by me in the hangout that they're referring to, but apparently I bullied her and I'm guilty by association. Danielson, myself, you, and Polston, we destroyed her. Apparently we're responsible for quote-unquote destroying her, and apparently we're bragging about that, which we have not done. So and because I talked about Don Juan blackmailing Melanie, threatening to release her nudes if she hangs out with us on Hangouts. Apparently that, and not even mentioning Kat in my Hangout, apparently that's the same thing. I'm the same as Don when he's blackmailing girls with nudes, what I did, which is just defend myself and not even mention her in my last Hangout. Apparently that's the same thing as blackmailing girls with nudes, so I'm having a hard time to comprehend these retarded arguments, to be honest. There, he's just a young kid who doesn't know what he's doing, pretty much, you know. He's pissed off. He's pissed off because Ambrosia Cat closed her page, you know. He's white knighting for her, whatever. I understand that, but he's just saying a bunch of bullshit, pretty much, there.
So what it sounds like to me, and I mentioned this earlier offhand, but I'll say it straight out, is that I think he's more angry that not because of the fact that he's, like I call him, a non-fucking factor. That's what he is. So now his one and only meal ticket is not there anymore. So now he's left to kind of like try to make a name for himself. This is a petty fucking attempt to do so, is come on here. And not just like, you know, we do enough things on here, we say enough controversial shit to where you could legitimately argue us on some of our points, but instead you took the route of just basically using your fucking, the equivalent of John Cena's 5 moves of doom, your 5 insults of fucking doom, calling people pussies, faggots, virgins. And why is being a virgin such a bad thing, by the way? I know, isn't that like something to be admired, I guess? Like, or you
depending on your viewpoint of the world, yeah. If
virgins and no lives and, you know, whatever the fuck. That's the same, basically saying the same fucking shit that he said 2 weeks ago when I decided to bring him on my show and actually let him say his piece. And he didn't have anything to fucking offer. So it's like, again, young kid, his meal ticket's gone. He doesn't know where to go. It's like a puppy who's been burnt out of their home. He's trying to find a new home. And you're going about it the wrong way, buddy. You could have just been nice to people and they'd have had you on their fucking hangouts. You could make a name for yourself that way. But instead you take it upon yourself to insult everyone. It makes no fucking sense to me.
And in your case, you know, you've done lots of drama. You know how to, you know, how to take care of business on YouTube. This guy came at you calling you names the first time. You could have easily destroyed this kid and made him close his channel, but instead you gave him a free pass. You know what I'm saying?
I let him come on my show, say his piece, and I was in all honesty, I'm not known for being a nice guy on here when shit like that happens. I'm really not. Case in point is the fucking 8-hour hangout we did on your show. Usually when somebody insults me, it's the gloves are off and we're fucking going to war right there and then. I gave this because he's a young fucking kid. I gave him an opportunity to come on the fucking show, say his piece. Quite frankly, he didn't really prove anything. There was no valid point for him to make other than you insulted Ambrosia Cat, so I'm gonna call you a faggot. That was his whole argument. And I even let that slide. I'm alright, that's stupid, but half hour later he messaged me saying that I'm sorry, I apologize, you're not a faggot, we're cool now. And then here we go again. The same bullshit again. So I don't know, bro.
He said pretty much that she's 40 years old, so me responding to false accusations from a 40-year-old makes me a bully or whatever. You know, if she was 7 years old or 12 years old, I might see a problem, but I'm in my 30s, she's in her 40s. If she's going to come at me with accusations, I don't see the problem in responding to her. It's not like I sent pizzas to her house or something like this there. All I did was respond to her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't even call her names. I might have said fuck you or something like that. I talked about watching black girl porn or something, big deal. I didn't say I wanted to do porn with her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord. Oh.
I think that's the worst I said, that I enjoyed watching ebony porn or something like that, and it wasn't even it wasn't even geared at them personally, you know. Well, I didn't do like a sexual gesture type of deal, but that was a compliment there. Come on.
Yeah, man. He likes. He's into fucking black chicks. What's wrong with that? I don't see a fucking problem with that. Can we call that reverse racism? Because I've noticed that. Like I said, I like the big brown booties. You're saying you like ebony porn, and every time we say something like that, they get mad at us. Like we're not supposed to like that. We're only supposed to like white and Asian porn or something.
They tried to make it sound like I was bullying Melanie. She's only 21. Well, that's legal age anywhere there. Making it sound like I'm bullying a young child. So, you know, telling her fuck you and making a sex joke, I don't think it compares to being accused of mistreating a young girl. So, you know, and that was some of their arguments. Oh, they're 30 years old and they're doing drama, pretty much just throwing our age into it to make a point that's pointless or whatever.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know, we got men on television that argue about issues. These men are in their 60s, 50s, whatever. You got talk shows dedicated to fucking arguing and debating issues type of shit.
Yeah.
We get into arguments on YouTube, on the website, jam-packed with people that want to argue, then so fucking be it, you know.
Right.
It doesn't make us immature or anything like that. It's just a part of fucking YouTube, you know.
How do you feel about innocent people? Like, really, I mean, we're all pretty innocent in this endeavor, but Shadow Man and Scott Casey Gale in particular, they got their names thrown in there, and he went at Shadow Man pretty hard. Like, he basically came straight out. It's like, you're a fucking faggot.
Yeah,
like,
I heard that.
Why would he, like, what, how do you feel about that? Like, what is he trying to prove by doing that?
I don't know. I guess he's butthurt. Maybe you said something and Shadow Man laughed from what I heard in their video.
Okay.
I think that's what it is, if I understood correctly, but that's not a good reason to start attacking someone and calling them names and shit, you know?
I gotcha. I mean, God forbid I'd be comedic from time to time.
Yeah, that was just, you know, unnecessary. They accuse us of bullying people, but they're attacking Shadow Man that's completely innocent. They were talking against Bearstown and shit, one of the guys there. And they said stuff about Scott. What did, I don't remember
He mentioned Scott Casey. He mentioned the people that come on my shows. They basically, quote unquote, they're like idiots. They're all stupid. It's just insulting. I mean, I would bring it up, but I don't feel like finding a fucking video again.
That's not uncool, attacking Scott. Scott's a nice guy. Scott hasn't insulted anyone. No point in insulting him there.
No, very true. I mean,
fuck, I tried to make peace with this girl on like 10 different occasions and videos, fucking hangouts, Facebook. I tried my best to be cool with her. I even appeared in one of her raw hangouts or whatever. I kept getting cut off by boring pricks and shit, you know. I still stuck around for 2-3 hours in between. You know, during commercials, I'd go talk a little bit, but, you know.
How do you feel about the, I don't know if you've seen this video today. It's, I forget the name of whose guy. It's called Fuck the YWC Rant.
Yeah, I saw that shit there. I'll have to watch it again. He seems to be pissed off at me because, I have more views than him, pretty much, there.
Right, and he's complaining that he should have more subs and more views than he has because his content is great. And I'm listening to him talk, and I'm saying to myself, what is so great about this again? I don't see anything.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My God. How... Jesus.
that's so petty.
Oh, God.
That shit.
I'm lost for words here. I've heard that so many
Yeah.
fucking times
Yeah,
in arguments. It's not funny.
He was talking against that beautiful punk or whatever as well, because she's beautiful and gets views that way or something. Well, it's not her fault the way she looks, you know. I might have to watch the vid again and maybe make a little response. I don't know, but I've been dealing with that shit for a long time in the YWC. You know, you got guys like Sean's View that almost has 100,000 subs. Guys who put fake thumbnails, they get 25,000 views on a minute-long boring vid. I have 2,000 subs and 1,000 views, and these fucks always have to focus on my views. You know what I'm saying? Why can't they be jealous of the 10,000 guys with more views than me? Why are they always coming at me, these guys with no views or whatever?
To be fair, dude, like it's because you've been known for a lot of trouble, and they like to get cheap heat, and no offense to you, WJ, but they look to you because they can get good heat from you. And that's what, this idiot did. He's going after people for cheap heat to get views and subs, and, who else would they go for but yourself, WJ, or, they'd go for Will,
That's the thing, they want to get me to respond to them and shit, I have to try to get out of the drama. Well, hopefully I'll get out of it one day. I don't know.
Good luck.
There's always something happening. Fuck.
Can't escape it. Every weekend.
And this stuff with Kat, it's just me ending up on the hangout where she gets insulted pretty much, you know what I mean?
Well, last night I was on, I joined, and I'm glad I did. I joined, I got the link to Luke Dog's hangout, and I'm talking to Danielson. Danielson's, talking. He's in my ear talking. I'm like, dude, just come in. Fuck it. Luke Dog, I asked him, like, Luke Dog, you said anybody could come in, anybody whatsoever. He's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, so I shoot Dark Horse the link. He comes in. Sasha's there. Apparently they have heat. I don't know that whole story, but they were right there together. It could have been, the beginning of working shit out. I guess it didn't happen. She left briefly after he joined. Me and Dark Horse had to call out Sky White and King of the Mountain on talking some bullshit about Andre. King of the Mountain ran for his life. Let's call it what it was. He left. He ran for his life as soon as I told him I was going to shoot an invite to Andre to come in and, stand his ground. He didn't have to. Sky White changed his tune, deleted a Andre Corbeil hate video. So he was actually pretty cool. So he's off my shit list. But I thought it strange that the two members of the Wrestling Queens, as soon as Dark Horse went in there, and mind you, he was being completely respectful, didn't say anything negative to either one of them. I asked them if they had a problem with me before Dark Horse was even in there, and they said they were cool. I was like, all right. They had a problem with me, doing what I did the past couple times. Understandably so. I would be pissed off at me as well. But they said they were cool, but none of them said a word to each other, which is weird. I don't get it.
If you want, I can make my official response to this Aaron kid if you want, right here, right now, while I smoke me some of that shit there.
By all means, go for it, man.
Go nuts.
All right.
I'm not gonna make this like a 4 or 5 hour video though, because quite frankly, I downloaded Gauntlet for the PS4 and I want to play that shit.
Shouldn't take too long for that little schmuck there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently some irrelevant, boring, half-witted little retard here in the YWC is officially coming at the wrestling Jesus. Because...
Oh dear.
And I think we lost him.
Did his internet cut out? Oh god.
Might have to reshoot.
Yeah. We have to do a reshoot.
Yeah, I think his net crashed. You're right back.
Yeah, probably Hangout crashed, despite how much of a shitty connection they got.
Oh god.
I think it's funny too that he puts the while he's on that topic before he gets started. I'm looking at the video, the fuck the YWC rant here, and the thumbnail is of that beautiful punk. So if that's not a cheap attempt to gain views, I don't know what is. Because it's not her video. She's just talked about in the video, and it shows a picture of her smiling into the camera. So
I find it hypocritical that they would add a thumbnail of one Angie Wright.
That's one of the pictures that he used when he was doing the video earlier on.
Who made
And for
that?
those who don't know, that's that beautiful punk's real name, by the way.
Angie?
Angie Wright.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's very cheap way. I mean, I know my thumbnails. At least I'm not trying to get cheap views all the time. I just use my like my Shadowman podcast, you know, with the mic. Like I just use that. I ain't trying to be no cheap bastard.
Hopefully we get WJ back in here so we can shoot his live response.
Yeah, get the flippin' Triple H shovel and bury this idiot.
Who that Aaron guy?
Yeah, because
Aaron.
he's an idiot. He
I didn't pay attention to his name.
Yeah.
He's the one that thinks NXT sucks.
Go watch it, you idiot. You probably don't watch it. Scott watches it, and he knows it's good.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, so he can go shove his dildo up his ass. For fuck's sake.
Saying something as asinine as that, like, there's no way he truly believes that. And maybe that's the reason why you don't get the viewership and the subscriber count that you would like, because you make stupid assessments like that, like NXT sucks. Kidding me? You've watched any of their takeover shows? Far from sucking, my friend. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn blew SummerSlam out of the fucking water.
That shit always be
Water. What was that, man?
that shit always
Yeah, it's like I know NXT is good. I hear great reviews about it.
Oh, yeah.
I know their show in Brooklyn definitely blew down the roof.
Ooh. Speaking of NXT, I've got a really, really, really good feeling about the next takeover event. If you guys have heard the news.
Yeah, Bailey and Sasha Banks in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Yeah. That's a first now.
Main event of that takeover special.
Oh, there you are. You just cut out there, WJ.
Damn fucking computer, where the fuck was I, people?
You're just starting.
You can restart.
get the
Fuck's sakes.
Take two, man. Take two.
Apparently some little fucking mongoloid jobber piece of shit, semi-retarded punk, irrelevant piece of scum jobber out there is apparently talking shit. He's talking that shit about me because I have more views than him. Apparently he's been working hard for 3.5 years, making vids that nobody gives a flying fuck about, and apparently he doesn't get views. You know why you don't get views, you little punk? Because your videos are fucking boring. Clicked on your SummerSlam review. Hey guys, I want to talk about SummerSlam, guys. Talking like you got a fucking lobotomy or something. Even Chris Benoit, fucking Lance Storm has more personality than you, for fuck's sakes. No emotion. Guys, I am upset, guys. Hey guys, I am happy. I love wrestling. The fuck kind of zombie-looking freak are you anyway? Guy's so black under his eyes, looks like he hasn't slept in 6 weeks. No wonder you're fucking boring people to death and they don't want to watch your shit. It's because you're a boring little fucking dumbass-looking retard. That's why you're not getting any views. You claim your videos are better than mine. To each his own. We all have our opinion. My opinion is that your videos fucking suck. It is what it is. That is my opinion. Don't come at me just because I get more views than you. And quite frankly, you got Sean's entertainment. 100,000 fucking subs. You get Deluxe Man, like 20,000 subs. Fake thumbnail on the video, 50,000 views. Why don't you go against them? Why must you focus on me? I get 1,000 views, 2,000 subs. Big fucking deal. Go attack people who actually get views, you little retarded moron. Okay, bud? Oh, beautiful punk is hot. That's why she gets views. First of all, beautiful punk is hot. Quit playa-hating like a fucking little ugly retard. Just because you are an ugly kid doesn't mean that you should hate on her. For fuck's sakes, God decided to slap you with the ugly stick. Deal with it, you zombie-looking freak. You little ugly moron, you maggot. Deal with it. And number two, her vids are way better than yours. You know, even if she was ugly, her vids would still be 1,000 times better than you, because she at least displays an ounce of emotion in her video. You know, sometimes she might smile a little or blink in her fucking videos. She might, you know, demonstrate an ounce of character, as opposed to your boring ass that's fucking dry like this fucking piece of wood right here. Your videos suck. That is your problem, not mine. Go fuck yourself. Enough said. Until next time, you're a fucking little jobber and a little faggot. Peace. And I'm stealing Christians' insults. You're a little faggot. You're a fag, man. You're a fag. There you go.
You're just a pussy. You're a pussy and you don't have a life.
Yeah,
There
guys.
you go. There's your response. I'll let the kid know to come here to watch it or whatever.
Come on over, motherfucker. I need the views. I need the subscribers. I only got 150. I got the best drama talking to YWC and nobody watches my shit.
My videos are great, WJ. How dare you? I'm just gonna flag you down. I'll just thumb you. You know?
We have the best editing on the YWC and we don't get shit for views. We don't even have 100 subscribers. Motherfuckers.
You look at Bearstown, he makes a video the other day, he's happy that he has 200 subs, you know. He didn't say, oh fuck, I only have 200 subs, I should have 20 million. No, he was happy with what he had, which is 200 subs. He's not hating on me because I get an extra 10 views than him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anybody to do that anyway.
100% I agree.
Yeah.
Be grateful for what the fuck you have, because I listened to the dude, like I said, for 3 fucking minutes. I didn't even watch the whole video. I couldn't bear it. You have zero personality, and that's why nobody. I'm shocked that you have 300 fucking subs or 400, whatever the fuck it is.
I believe
I'm
this.
shocked by that.
I believe the kid is affiliated with the Iceman in some way. I think the kid is friends with Iceman's nephew. I don't know what the deal is there, so I don't want Iceman to get upset at me there, but I think Iceman mentioned the video that the kid made, so I'm sure he was expecting me to respond to it in some form, so...
I told him my feelings earlier today on that. I was messaging him. I'm like, look, dude, I'm sorry, but I have to say, like, this was a sad move to make. it's only asking for trouble, but asking for subs.
No offense to the Iceman, I'm not gonna go on the witch hunt against the kid there. I've seen that before, guys. They're frustrated because they don't have that many views, so they take their anger out on me because they think I rant about wrestling. I've done drama. They don't do drama. They only say nice things about wrestling, so they should get more views, because they're nicer or whatever. But, ranting on wrestling doesn't mean that I'm bad, Making a rant video just like this kid made on me, doesn't make me a bad guy. So, just because I'm a bit more hardcore in my vids, it doesn't mean that I don't deserve to get 500 views per vid or whatever I get there, It's not like I'm getting millions of views or something,
Oh, yeah, man. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, when you really, truly think about it, pretty much jobbers. They pretty much are. Some more so than others.
They could go after guys that get 25,000 views with a fake thumbnail. That I understand, But I've had subs that I've built for like 6-7 years. There's only 2,000 left right now. I should have more, but I deserve to at least have my subs after all the work I've put into this damn site. It's my fault for always closing my accounts like a moron there.
Yeah.
But
me and Jesse have made that same mistake.
At least with all the work I've put in, I deserve to get my big, if I open a side account, some vids will only get 200 views, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I make an NXT review, I might get 700. I don't get jealous at Scott, because he has better NXT reviews than mine with Vince Russo. I don't start player hating on Scott. I'm happy for Scott, My NXT reviews don't get shit. I don't start hating on Scott,
You you said you have, 2,000 subscribers?
About that, yeah.
You get about 1,000 some odd views, 1,400, 1,500?
So if I do a good vid, I might get 2,000-3,000, not everybody.
So that's something to be proud of, actually, because you got guys like Sean's, you mentioned, who has almost 100,000 subscribers, but the viewership is almost there, the same. Like Sean's will get 7,000, but because of the subscriber count, you would think that all his videos would have at least 35,000 views. Cut it in half. And for your videos, with a vastly smaller subscriber count, to even measure to a fraction of what he gets, like 7,000, 6,000 he averages. For you to get 2,000, that's impressive.
I think what happens with Sean is because he uploads too many, you know what I'm saying? If he'd upload one vid every 2-3 days, then he'd probably get, 20,000 or something, but he uploads 6-7 vids each day, sometimes more, so... Right, but, think of it like that. If he uploads 10 vids a day at 7,000 views per vid, that's a lot of money. Fuck, he makes lots of cash with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his vids, some of them can climb up depending on the thumbnail. Some can go up to 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's making a shit ton of money, but I get what you're saying. It's not always, he doesn't get watched consistently by, but him, I think it might be that too many uploads per day, each and every day, that might, but, there could be something, I don't know, people have been talking about that for years.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, that people could actually, they don't, there's no anticipation of his videos because they're always going to be there.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but if you're like, it's like waiting for Monday Night Raw to come on the air. Like, oh yeah, I gotta watch it this week. I wonder what he's gonna talk about. It would be if there was more anticipation rather than already knowing he's gonna be there all the time. But it's part of his shtick. Where it says he's the most consistent and prolific. I guess he really has to be consistent and overly consistent to keep up with that moniker.
With Sean, it would be like if there was 5 Raws a day playing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next, every single 3 hours, there's a new Raw playing. That's how it is with Sean. So there's no, like you said, you don't build up for it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else got anything to add?
Not too much. I'm happy with what I have. You know, I don't come on here to complain about it. I just keep going and push forward. That's it.
Same here. I had 4,000 something subs, I think, is the most I ever had. So if I get to 5,000, I'm going to beat my old record or whatever. So if I ever get to that, that's going to be good enough. I don't even want to get partnered, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, right now I'm not getting close to what I used to get and shit, and I'm still happy. Fuck, if I get 800 views, 500 on a vlog, 400 on a religious video or something, I'll take it. I don't care anymore about the views and subs. And, you know, not everybody is going to be a star, so guys like Aaron Loves, whatever his name is, they need to realize that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Attacking me isn't going to give them interest on their vids. They might get, you know, 1,000 views on the vid they made against me, but their follow-up vid about wrestling isn't going to get shit, you know.
Right. Exactly. On that note, it's become very quiet in here, so I'm going to shut this bad boy down. You guys want to go ahead and plug your channels like I always have you do. Go for it, and then hope you all have a wonderful Saturday afternoon or evening, and whatever bullshit happens later on tonight, because I know there's going to be something.
Yeah.
All right.
Always.
I guess I'll go first. Subscribe to Leon Calavera 2.0. Me and Scott did a hangout with the Ty Sean Zone last night, for those who didn't notice.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Do I go next?
Whoever wants to go for it, man.
That's my channel, Willfield #1, and Worldwide Nation Western Shooters is the Revolutioner. And check me out. I was on Charlie's Hangout for the very first time, and it was funny, you know. He passed out at the end of the video.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, he's way better than Luke Dog.
Shots fired. All right, Legetto, you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, y'all can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, Legetto Gamerson.
Legetto Gamerson, I've seen you around, yeah.
Cody Brainerd, do you want to plug your shit?
Yeah, subscribe to my channel, BBB717, and subscribe to the Raw Nation Wrestling Shooters, WWE NWS Revolution, and WWE NWS Network.
Shadowman,
Yeah, I'll go right ahead.
best plug in the business.
Oh, no, yeah. Good evening, everyone. I am the Shadow Man, the voice you hear with a shadowless face. And it was just nice to come on here to the Bringer of Reign 13 hangout, just to get some small issues out of the way and just, you know, put them under the rug. And are you a first-time listener? Is this your first time listening to me? Well, if it is, make sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. You can follow me on my Facebook page, The Shadow Man, and on Twitter at RealShadow21.
Alrighty. WJ.
My Wrestling Jesus channel, the full address is youtube.com/C/Wrestling Jesus TV14, or you can just type Wrestling Jesus and it'll pop up. You have my Twitter at WJ YouTube, and can add me on Facebook at facebook.com/WrestlingJesusOfficial.
And I am the Bringer Rain 13. I really need your views. I deserve more. You motherfuckers better subscribe to me after this shit. Look what I did for you today. Look what I did for you today. I brought you the Wrestling Jesus. I brought you the fucking Shadow Man. I brought you the WWNWS Revolution. God damn it. I brought you the Ghetto Gamerson. He's a cool motherfucker. I brought you all this shit. I only got 150 subs. That's bullshit. I want 150 million motherfucking subs by tomorrow. And if you don't, then fuck the YWC. This is the Bringer of Rain 13. I'm shutting this shit down. Daniel Negron, you are nothing but a fucking Jabrone, and you're always going to be a fucking Jabrone. Have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. With that being said, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
And peace the fuck out.